Before I was born, God told my father to name me Jeremiah and gave him a vision of us ministering to youth together. Although I grew up with both parents, I never felt genuinely loved by them. My father was more of a pastor to me than a dad, which led me to be deceived that he only loved me because God ordered him to. My grandmother, on the other hand, was the one person I felt loved me unconditionally. I still remember the tragic night she passed away before my eyes. I prayed with all my heart for God to save her, and when he didn't, I grew bitter inside. So as I grew older, I had a chip on my shoulder when it came to religion. I knew who God was, but I wanted no part of it. I even resented gifts from my parents because it always felt like there were strings attached to them as a way of controlling me. Eventually, my rebellion resulted in me moving out of my parents' house as I became consumed with making it on my own. I went from petty theft to grand theft auto to drugs and dabbled with robbery. To escape a situation I found myself in, I joined the Marines. Despite changing my environment, I never bothered to change who I was on the inside. In my eyes, I was a master of my own destiny and brought the same hustle's ambition with me as I served my country. So I began to set out to build an empire for myself through a contract marriage, trafficking drugs, and robbing other drug dealers. Having started an organization called B&B, I had a master plan of buying homes and renting them out to low-income mothers on Section 8 that ran with my crew. This would enable me to use the government to pay off my mortgage while I doubled down on payments and purchased more properties. I was well on my way to making my money make more money for me. Unbeknownst to me, I had a snake in my camp that ended up backstabbing the whole crew. On May 1st, 2004, I was arrested for possession with intent to distribute and was incarcerated in prison for 2 years. I learned a hard lesson during this time, that it's not only the inmate that does the time, but also his family and loved ones that care about him, because a part of them is locked away as well. As time went on, I became determined that if I didn't care enough about myself, I would let my family be the reason I made positive decisions with my life. Then one night, in the midst of solitary confinement, I had an encounter with God. Just as the prodigal son came to his senses, God showed me the way back to him and imparted in me a vision. Out of the void, the L.E.A.P organization was spoken to existence to stand on the 7 points of leadership, enlightenment, academic achievement, perseverance, outreach, responsibility, and growth. Founded on principles of faith, hope, and love, God showed me how I perverted the gifts and talents He gave me for my own selfish ambition and how I could use them to be a blessing to others so that He may receive the vision consisted of providing housing and child care for single parents, along with mentoring, career development, and various other assistance programs. Once released, and after undergoing a few trials, I began to seek after fulfilling the vision. In December of 2009, the first group of youth graduated the L.E.A.P intern orientation process. From there, we set out to positively impact our community by performing community service, reading to younger children, participating in back-to-school bashes, along with partnering with other organizations in events geared towards strengthening families and building awareness to support organizations. After building a rapport in the community, we set our sights on the school system by becoming partners in education with Kenwood High School and the alternative school. We also joined the 100% graduation initiative by offering mentoring, tutoring, and scholarship opportunities to middle and high school students through the L.E.A.P intern program. Now, L.E.A.P took note of the adage, all work and no play, and strives to provide youth with an opportunity to be kids and have good, clean fun. We take them skating, ice skating, host step show competitions, and basketball tournaments, as well as go to amusement parks and a variety of other activities. Now, through a partnership with L.E.A.P Enterprises, L.E.A.P was able to utilize 2 of their apartment units to provide emergency housing for 2 low-income single parents, where they received the first 2 months rent-free, next 2 months half off the market value, with the 5th month, the goal being with additional assistance to gradually increase the rent to full market value in an effort to give them a hand up versus a handout. Now, as for me personally, while incarcerated, I began working towards a degree in business management. After my release, I enrolled at Austin Peay State University and went on to graduate with honors with a bachelor's in public management. God also restored my relationship with my family to where we have a close bond and are able to communicate. I truly feel loved by them and thank God for placing them in my life. In addition to my loving family, I have 2 sons who help keep me grounded and give me another reason to make positive decisions in life. On a professional note, I received my real estate license and work alongside my father and mother as credentialed professional realtors. As for the future, through partnerships with Hope, L.E.A.P Enterprises, the Convenience Shopper Magazine, the Emmanuel Family Life Center, and First Missionary Baptist Church, God has positioned L.E.A.P to use its outreach services as a method to connecting the community to Christ by ministering to their natural needs in order to plant seeds that will eventually minister to their spiritual needs. As we continue to move forward and persevere, we must remember that our success is a byproduct of our faith in God and the vision that He has entrusted us with. We must strive to seek enlightenment through educating ourselves not just by academics, but by learning from our past experiences and the experiences of others. Lastly, we must remain committed to outreach in order to strengthen families and encourage our youth to be productive and responsible citizens. For those interested in joining this God-inspired movement, please visit www.leap.org.net, where we are leaping for success through faith, education, and outreach.